Projectile motion. What is projectile motion? Any body thrown into space that moves under the effect of gravity is called projectile motion. Example, any javelin throw by an athlete, which takes a path of inverted U, you can see. A bullet fired from a gun that follows under the effect of gravity. A water jet, which takes the shape of parabola from a fountain. A bomb released from a plane also takes a particular path in the space. That's a projectile motion. So, the paths traveled by a body during the projectile motion is called the trajectory, and it's a parabola shape. So when we draw the projectile, it appears to take this position, take the shape. So y-axis is the vertical velocity and x-axis is about the vertical displacement and x is the horizontal displacement. Throughout the projectile motion, the horizontal component of the velocity remains constant. It will not change. It follows the formula velocity is equal to distance by time. V cos theta is the horizontal component that remains the same. So that is displacement divided by time at any instant of time. So as we can see, the body ascends upward. Its velocity which is affected, the velocity we are talking about, the vertical velocity, which is v sine theta, and v sine theta is the velocity which is affected by gravity. Therefore the displacement in this case will be y is equal to uh, y is equal to s is equal to ut plus half it square. According to that, s is equal to ut plus half at square. According to that formula, y will be, the vertical displacement will be affected by the gravity, and that forms v sine theta. It's going upward, therefore acceleration due to gravity is negative half g t square. This is vertical velocity, and every time x is v cos theta times t. So as it ascends, uh, its acceleration decreases the velocity upward, and its velocity moves towards zero. At the highest point of the projectile, its velocity is zero, and the direction of velocity at every point will be in the direction of tangent drawn to this curve. So we can say at the highest level of the projectile motion, the velocity is horizontal to the surface, and then it changes its direction downward and gains velocity, because acceleration is acting downward. So it will become an accelerated motion and reach to the ground. So velocity of a projectile varies with the projectile angle. So the projectile range. So the range of the projectile means it is the horizontal distance covered by the body along the surface. So that's given by r is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g, where u is the initial velocity with which it is launched, theta is the angle of projection by gravity. Time of flight of the projectile, that is the whole time where the body remains in air, that is the time of ascent, the time taken by the body to reach to the highest, and plus the time of descent. So time of ascent and time of descent are equal. Therefore the total time of the projectile motion is given by 2u sine theta by g. Again, u is the initial velocity and theta is the angle of projection, g is acceleration due to gravity. Height of the projectile. Height of the projectile, when the projectile reaches to its maximum height, that's given by h is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. So based on these three formulas, that is height, range and time of flight, we can solve few of the numericals like object projected with a velocity 60 meter per second in a direction making an angle 60 degree with the horizontal. Find maximum height. Time taken to reach the maximum height and horizontal range. So these three aspects we have to find. The solution goes, given in this problem is the data given in this problem is velocity, which I'll write it as u, 60 meters per second. Angle of projection theta is 60 degree. The maximum height. So first thing is height. The formula is u square sine square theta, u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So substitution 60 into 60, 60 square sine square 60 divided by 2 into 9.8. So this simplification where sine is root 3 by 2, sine square will become 3 by 4. So substitution of all these 60 square multiplied with 3 by 4 divided by 2 in the denominator and 9.8 as the gravity. With all this, we can simplify this equation to 137.7 meter. 137.7 meter. Moving on to the other part, that is time taken by the body. So we have the formula T is equal to 2u sine theta by g. If I apply 2 into 60 sine 60 divided by gravity, which is 9.8, gives us 5.302 second. 2 into 60 into root 3 by 2 multiplied divided by 9.8 is 5.302 second. And the third point we are finding here is the range. Range of the projectile means the horizontal distance covered by the projectile. So substituting in the formula u square sine 2 theta by g. With that, it's 60 into 60, 60 square sine 2 theta will become 2 times 60, that's 120. Over 9.8. This simplification gives us 318.1 meter. Let's see another question. A javelin thrown into air with a speed of 25 meter per second. So u of this projectile is 25 meters per second. Maximum height reached by it is 6 meter. H is 6 meter. Angle of projection is the question. Theta is the question here. Duration of flight. Time of flight we have to find. Range of the projectile we have to calculate. R is equal to question mark. So the time of projectile T is equal to 2u sin theta by g. Uh, by 9.8. So still sine theta we don't know. For that we can use the formula here given is h is equal to 6 meter. So h is u square sine square u square sine square theta by 2g and it's given its height is 6 meter. 6 is equal to 25 square multiplied with the sine square theta divided by 2 into 9.8. So this simplifies theta is equal to it gives sine theta is equal to, after applying the root everything we get sine theta is equal to 0.1882 and theta is 10 degree 50 minutes. So that 10 degree 50 minutes if I substitute in time equation that forms 2 into 25 into sine theta over 9.8 where sine theta is 0.1882 so that the time we get is 0.96 seconds. The later last question, this part is finding the range. R is equal to range is the distance traveled, that is u cos theta into t also we can find. So that's nothing but 25 cos 23.58 meter. Let's check one more question, which is a bullet fired with a velocity of 392 meter per second. So u is equal to 392 find the maximum height attained at the time of flight and the time of flight. H is a question, T is a question. ಆಗುತ್ತಿರು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು H is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g 392 square sine square theta by 2 into 9.8. This simplification gives us 1960 meter. Then we are finding the time of flight t is equal to 2u sin theta by g, 2 into 392 sin 30 by 9.8, and this simplification will give us 40 seconds. Thank you for watching the video. You can like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more similar videos notifications. Thank you.